Going to be talking about sickness in daycares. Many daycares start seeing kids as young as 6 weeks old. This can be bad because their immune systems are very weak and not developed yet. Daycares must take many precautions to practice good hygiene to make sure everyone can stay healthy. This can be hard because there are many teachers and young kids to teach. Sickness that hits daycare is 17 to 30% of respiratory infections come from kids in daycares. They also have invasive bacterial infections, skin diseases, common colds, and the flu. The flu can create high fevers, which can cause seizures. Babies that have seizures can end up in the hospital because their body is not well enough to handle the seizures. They can also get pneumonia and bronchitis. These can affect kids' breathing, and it can be severe enough to end up in the hospital. Now we're going to talk about ways that can help prevent these sicknesses and causes that are different ways that we can get sick. Ways to put cleaning systems into effect. The teachers must wipe down all surfaces and toys when they are done being played with Lysol, the spray kind, or wipes. We must keep a dry environment. Dry environments help create mold, and mold can make them sick with pneumonia or bronchitis. We must teach kids to wash their hands either with soap or antibacterial soap. We must teach kids to cover their mouth. And also it would help if the daycare creates a sick room just for the kids that are sick to keep them away from the healthy kids. Kids should be kept home if they are sick. That is the parents' job to make sure that the daycare is informed that if they are sick. They should be fever-free for up to 24 hours before returning to daycare because sicknesses can develop and stay in your system for up to 24 hours after you are sick. Parents must also work at home with their kids to teach them good hygiene, including washing their hands when they're sneezing. We're also teaching the kids that they can wipe down with Lysol if they're old enough to use the Lysol. The good things that a daycare can offer is that it can force the kid's immune system to get stronger. If they're getting constantly sick, their immune system is going to create immunity to that sickness, which causes them to get sick, less likely to get sick when they're older in school or at an older daycare setting. It also forces them to be social in school as well as having the skills to grow up and be social. While sending your kids and babies to daycare might be needed, there are other options, including a home daycare, which is less likely to be invested with sickness. Many people spend more time and take more pride in their home than they would their job. Parents should still think about sending them to daycare. If you have no choice, you should probably do your research. There are many websites available out there to do your research on what daycares to go to. Also asking people around the community, making sure that you get reviews from other parents as well. If you go to a Mommy and Me class, that might help, as long as you're using the information to your ability to look for a good daycare. And that concludes my speech today on sickness in daycares. Thank you.